So the rules are important, and the point has been made, Mr. Tselane, by the IEC that this because it's a competitive thing that they're dealing with, that they have to apply the rules across and fairly to everybody. That said, rules do get interpreted, and I'm just wondering, is there an argument to be made that even if the ActionSA to some degree is the author of its own misfortune, nevertheless, the larger goal of an election that everybody, as many people as possible, consider to be free and fair, why is there not a case to be made for saying, okay, well, you messed it up, don't do it again, but we haven't started printing the ballot papers, and I would assume that's a reasonable assumption, because why would you present the ballot papers to parties if you've already the presses were already rolling? Presumably you present it in the interests of making sure that A, information is correct, and B, that necessary changes can be made. Isn't there a case to be made for just saying, okay, well, this is a bit of a mess, but let's fix it, and you declare it to everybody involved, and you seek some sort of opportunity to be flexible with your own rules?
Unfortunately, in terms of the way the electoral law is structured, there is no such discretion.
Yes.
If there was a discretion at all, the Commission would then have to invoke a particular piece of legislation or a provision in legislation that empowers it to be able to take those discretionary decisions. Now, remember that if the Commission deviates from what is in law, then any person can take them to court and say that they've deviated from law, they've basically done things outside the provision of the law. So they've got to find a provision in the legislation that empowers them to take those discretionary decisions. And currently, in relation to the registration of political parties, there is no such discretion. So if a person was dissatisfied with the decision of the chief electoral officer, the legislation would empower that particular person or party to go to the Commission, and the Commission is the only one that can actually overrule the decision of the chief electoral officer. But in this case, that particular, or rather, the train has already left the station, because
Yes.
it is at the time of registration that those kind of decisions can be taken.
News,
Experts.
analysis,
Where things stand
what you need to know. Drive home with John Perlman.
on 702.